Big waves out there. Diana says, is there no secrets? No, not on the coach's corner. So a little bird knew that I'd be excited. So you've had to figure out who that little bird is. All right. We saw no birthdays today. So if it is your birthday, you need to hear our beautiful voices. So let us know in the chats and in the comments. And the word for today, I got to be quick. This is anytime we start late, I think it's Andrea's attempt to kind of silence me. So, anyway, our word for today is inscrutable. Did I say that right, Andrea? Give me the nod if I said that right. Inscrutable. No, I can't hear you.
I don't know. I don't know how to say it, so I'm going to say yes. Diana says yes, so we're good to go.
Inscrutable. Okay. So, if you look at the definition, put a one in the comment if you're like me and that word is something you don't use very often. Inscrutable. So, if you look at the definition of inscrutable, it's impossible to understand, interpret, or figure out. It's mysterious because someone's thoughts, motives, and feelings are difficult to read. So, immediately when I thought about inscrutable, I said, you know what? People might not be able to understand me from time to time. So, maybe I fall into this category. But here's what it really means. Have you ever met someone who their face gives absolutely nothing away? We would say they have a poker face, like they're just you can't really see their feelings. Do, John Frick, somebody come to mind when you think of that? Like you're in a situation where where you couldn't make sense of what was happening no matter how hard you tried. That's inscrutable, right? So where I went this morning really quick is life isn't always clear. It's just not clear. People are not always easy to understand. Sometimes, let's go outside of people, opportunities, setbacks, seasons of life just doesn't make sense in that moment. Jim Rohn, a guy that I followed, maybe many of you follow, Jim Rohn says, don't try to take that course, right? Of trying to figure out why life sometimes doesn't make sense. Just too hard to try to figure that out. Just know that there's going to be moments in life that it just doesn't make sense. Why this is happening to me or to you. But at the end of the day, um, I think the temptations to fill in the blanks with assumptions. This is why it's happening to me. Woe is me. When reality, woe is us all. Like we're all going through things at times. We always say we're either going into it, we're in it, or we're coming out of it, right? To where we have moments, whether it's our spiritual walk, our health, our business, our finances, where we got hit with a season and I just don't quite understand it. But here's where I went, and I'm going to turn it to Andrea. I don't think there's a one of us on here that does not want to be a strong leader for our family, a strong leader for our community, a strong leader for to raise up the youth, right? Like strong leaders learn to become comfortable with uncertainty. How hard is that for you? When you don't understand something, to be comfortable in that moment. That's hard, right? I told you a few days ago a real estate blunder I had, like just an uh-oh moment. And when I realized it was like a cold sweat came over me when I got told, You just built a home on land that you actually don't own. The bank owns it. Whew. I'm thinking this is not a good situation. But what it taught me, there was a lot of this, why is this happening to me? Woe is me. I can't believe this. But what it taught me was I had to be comfortable in the uncomfortable and uncertainty moments of getting through that pickle I'd created for myself. So, strong leaders, they ask questions instead of jumping to conclusions. They're comfortable with the uncertainty, so they ask questions. They stay curious instead of becoming critical. Why is this happening to me? It's someone else's fault. The company didn't do this right. Blah, 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 blah. Finger pointing outward, right? Rather than they're just decide to be comfortable in the uncertainty and work through it with solutions. They trust that clarity often comes with times of experience and perspective. Like I am going to gain clarity as I walk through this moment of uncertainty. That's what a strong leader does. So, not everything that is unscrutable today will remain that way forever. So, whatever we're going through right now, whatever you're going through, I'm going through, just know this: walk the journey, try to remain calm, try to stay comfortable in the uncertainty, and understand there's going to be a lot of understanding down the road that we don't quite yet know in the present. So, Andrew, I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson, coach. I loved it. And this was a good word. And again, I don't know how to pronounce it because I've only seen it in writing, but Diana says that you're on the right track, so I'm going to copy you. I'm going to say we're good. The quote that I found was the inscrutable often becomes understandable once we have enough patience to keep learning. And there were a lot of words in that sentence that I thought, ooh, I could really grow there. The big one being patience. We I'm going to say I'm not alone in assuming that we want all the answers and we want them right now. But unfortunately, life doesn't quite work that way. We've got to be patient. So, what I looked into is what do we do when life or people seem inscrutable? And can I just say a little caveat on the side? I wish I had an inscrutable face. I feel like I have a glass face. Any thought that I have comes out somehow. There's no secrets here. So, guys, if you want to win some money, play poker with me because you'll know if I have a good hand. So, when life or people seem inscrutable, first of all, coach, don't assume the worst when you don't know the whole story. I was not stalling so we couldn't hear from you. I love your lessons. Two, stay curious instead of becoming frustrated. And this can be hard. Frustration's easy, right? It's so easy to slip into a space of frustration. But if we course correct, and we take a step back and just try to get a little bit curious in that moment, it can really help us when something feels ununderstandable. Next is to ask thoughtful questions before forming opinions. So ask those clarifying questions that may drive people crazy if you're a question asker like me. And I will say just one clarifying question or a couple clarifying questions, or I've got a bunch of clarifying questions because I'm not following this. But we have to be brave enough to ask those questions when something is completely inscrutable. Next is to remember that everyone is fighting battles that we're not able to see. So I might not understand why John is doing something, right? I don't get it. But I don't know what's happening behind the scenes in John's life. We love you, John. You're doing everything great. But I may not understand that. And so I might get frustrated or whatever. But instead, just remember, he's walking a whole different path. I'm not in his shoes and he's not in mine. So I might not understand it, but it's because I'm not living his life. Next, I've got to trust the process. Even when I can't yet see the purpose. And then lastly, we've got to keep learning. when what seems confusing today may become absolutely crystal clear tomorrow with a little bit more understanding, a little bit more education, a little bit more life experience, we might understand things a little bit more tomorrow. And today's little reminder is that often the greatest wisdom comes from admitting that we know we don't yet have all the answers. To realize, like, I kind of think about, I don't know about you guys, I was the smartest 17-year-old in the entire world. I knew everything. Maybe at 16. Okay. By 17, I realized. But at 16, we'll say I knew everything under the sun. But then I realized, oh, what I know is about this much, and what I don't know is about this much. And that's okay. We can just keep learning.
Great lesson. That was good. Oh, you cut it. Like that was it. Okay. I
Sorry,
thought you had
quick,
more.
sharp. I can't see the clock. It
Okay.
literally says it's 8:53 on my computer, so I'm afraid I went over.
You got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes. Guys, we
Oh,
love
well,
you
I'll do a
so
little bit.
much. We hope you have an amazing Tuesday and we'll see you back tomorrow. Hump Day Wednesday tomorrow. Let's do it.
Love you
Have a
guys.
good
Have
one.
a
Love you
beautiful day.
guys.
Happy
God
Happy
bless you
holidays.
guys.
Thank
Thank
you,
Have
you.
a good
Coach.
day.
Thank you.